and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn. Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
Yo. Dude, if you did a drinking game watching the G.I. Joe movie.
Oh, you would be dead.
I'm surprised some nerds haven't done that yet. Been like, I did a drinking game with the G.I. Joe movie. I ended up in the hospital.
You'd probably end up dead, let's be quite honest.
Yeah.
Because we watched that movie.
Yes, we did. So, in kind of tying in the week prior and last week's offering, which was no longer, I call it, so instead of calling it the Rohatmu, which was the random official handbook of the Marvel Universe, I got tired of calling it that. And also, this isn't Marvel. So I was like, well, how about I just call it something else? And, going forward, and it'll be a lot easier for us to just talk about things that aren't G.I. Joe or aren't Marvel in that spot.
Right.
And just call it Have You Heard About?
Yeah.
So, have you heard about Cobra-La? And I decided to talk about Cobra-La.
Cobra-La.
Which I didn't realize the history behind Cobra-La has a lot to do with Galactus, not actual Galactus, but the way that they've set it up in the past is Unicron from the Transformers came to Earth and was like, hey, I want to eat this. And
fair enough.
Then Cobra-La was like, hey, how about you don't eat it now, but maybe later.
Like, come back later?
Come back later. We'll let you know when it's ready to eat. And then you could do what you want with it, and you could maybe help us make make humans, like the rest of the humans, are slaves.
Well, wait, what is he eating? Is he eating the world, or is he just eating Cobra-La?
I think the world. It was the world, yeah.
But then how do you have any human slaves? Do you have to, does he have a ship?
No, I think Unicron's just a...
He's like, just a planet.
He's just a planet. It just shows up, yeah.
So will he have people living on him?
I don't know.
Is it like
what Bender?
No, but those birds that hang out on top of elephants and stuff and eat parasites off of them. Is that the idea or what?
I mean, that'd be fun, or not fun. That'd be interesting.
Disgusting.
That'd be gross.
Honestly, it couldn't get more gross than Cobra-La. Let's be quite honest, because when we watched that movie, it's a wet movie.
I think a lot of times.
Why is it so wet?
Yeah, I was to say so the G.I. Joe movie introduces Cobra-La to the G.I. Joe mythos, and you are supposed to. You're supposed to believe that instead of Cobra just being an organization that some crazy person named Cobra Commander created by funding it with pyramid schemes, and also teaming up with Destro, who is a arms dealer and a very successful arms dealer, were actually the impetus for Cobra-La was created because of Cobra Commander, who was a citizen of Cobra-La that had a horrible accident with spores of some sort.
They got into his face.
And they created multiple eyes.
Like all of the eyes.
Which, as a kid, that's something that disgusted me today.
It disgusted me as an adult.
It's really uncomfortable to see.
It's gross.
It's really gross because he's got eyes. He's got an eye on the top of his head.
Yeah, it's like this thing exploded on him, and wherever the spore things hit him, just an eye grew.
It's
it's just disgusting.
Right. For whatever reason, Globulus, the leader of Cobra-La, was like, you know what? I'm sorry, bro. I know you got a lot of eyes, but how about I make it up to you?
I know you got a lot of eyes.
Hey, bro. Hey, dude, I heard you like eyes.
Hey, man, I hear you got some eyes.
We could pimp your ride with a bunch of eyes.
Oh, God. That's terrifying.
Pimp my skull.
No. Don't pimp my skull.
So Globulus was like, hey, I guess in compensation or whatever, I'm going to make you our liaison to the rest of the world, and you're going to go out and create this organization.
Yeah, also wear this thing because nobody can see your hideous eyes.
Right. You're not going to have to see your gross face. You're going to wear this mask that does gimmicks or whatever. And then you're going to create Cobra. But the problem was that G.I. Joe started fighting him, and every time G.I. Joe always gets the best of Cobra.
Yeah.
And the movies, that's the drive of the movie for Cobra is like Serpentor, who became the Cobra Emperor.
Yes, but not at Cobra-La, like outside Cobra-La.
So think about Serpentor. Actually, what do you think of Serpentor? I'm going to try to Pepperson. Like, what do you think of Serpentor?
Like his look?
Just in general. Like, like his look, what do you think?
I think he looks fucking cool. I like the little snake things he has around his neck that he can like turn into spike snakes or something.
Yeah, he is able to do that. Yeah.
I mean, I think he's pretty cool. I prefer him over Cobra Commander if you're going to ask me to choose.
Yeah.
Well, he's not as much of a whiny baby. So.
I have to say, and I don't get too much into it because I could probably be here forever talking about it, but the reason for Serpentor existence and his relationship within Cobra is very confusing.
Yeah.
Because Cobra would do this throughout the series, or at least in the toy series, because eventually you have Cobra, because you have Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
So clearly he's the commander.
Right.
And it was always, for a while, it was Cobra Commander and Destro, who was like the weapons guy.
Sure.
But then Dr. Mindbender had a dream to get DNA from all of the most evil people in the world, mostly from dead corpses, like Attila the Hun, and then use that DNA to create Serpentor.
But he doesn't seem like super evil. I mean, he seems evil, but he doesn't seem more evil than anyone else.
And that is true. I mean, he's just very like, he's like, this I command, you do this, I do. I want to win this, because it's supposed to be his purpose in life. Because then in the movie, then Pythona shows up and is like, hey, so here's like, we're gonna like make this big final push. You need to get this BET.
Oh yeah, man, we're saying BET all over the place.
We love the BET. It's the broadcast energy transmitter.
Yeah, it's like a little car that has like a satellite thingy on it. I guess.
don't know the exact purpose of it, other than
it broadcasts energy, from what I can tell.
But for what?
No, energy. I think that's all you got to know. Energy.
So yeah, so he's supposed to get that, and then what they're going to do is take it to Cobra-La, and a bunch of these like spores that are already growing in these giant like tree stalks are going to launch into space like big cocks.
Yeah, and they're going to like, the energy is going to help them mature in space, so then they can fall down on Earth and explode and turn humans into mindless snake people.
Mostly just the way they showed it was just mostly just Monstar people.
I thought they were all going to be like the snake people, like Cobra Commander ended up being.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll turn to snakes.
Possible snack.
But yeah, and so of course G.I. Joe has to find a way to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We meet some new recruits, so this was another way to
we have to like stop the whole movie because they're just like, hey,
what's G.I. Joe up to?
Hey, do you want to see what these new recruits are doing? Let's stop the whole movie and watch what they're doing. And there's like a guy who's supposed to be like a basketball player wearing like a basketball jersey and like, I don't know, cargo shorts. It's a very odd look.
Yeah, he's basically like an indie wrestler.
Yeah, he kind of, 100%.
I was like,
he's doing it in the backyard.
Oh man.
He's doing it.
G.I. Joe's recruiting from backyard wrestling.
You know it. That guy just jumped off his house and his mom's real mad about it.
And Duke was like, yo, Joe, come on, let's go.
And then there's like, Tunnel Rat or whatever?
There's Tunnel Rat, who he's into tunnels.
Yeah, he crawls through stuff. There's that woman, I don't remember her name. Jinx. She's there. Was there someone else there?
Chuckles. There's
too many damn Joes, babe. I can't keep them all straight. Especially because you're doing this movie and they have like 15 separate little groups and everyone has a goddamn name.
I know.
And I'm like, and it's not just like 2 dudes. It's like 17 dudes.
I know.
I'm like, I can't keep all these dudes straight. I know you can, but it's an 87-minute movie and I haven't seen this show for 40 years. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm like, that guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
The guy with the thing. And that's how I can tell them apart, because that guy's got a thing and that guy's got a thing.
Yeah. There's that. There was also Falcon, Lieutenant Falcon, voiced by Don Johnson.
You know what? Falcon. There's a lot of time spent on Falcon that did not need to be spent on Falcon.
He's not a great guy.
He's not a good character either.
They do try to be like, oh, he was redeemed because he
No, he wasn't.
Because he got to hang out with Sergeant Slaughter for a little bit.
That's right, Sergeant Slaughter. Now him I know, but Sergeant Slaughter shows up and just makes him, I don't know, run through a tundra desert to like eat ribs.
I like that. I like that. That's the thing you came up with, where it's like,
But that's what happens.
It's like a Top Chef challenge or something.
He's like, dude, you got to run through this thing. Because so he gets thrown out of a plane because he fucks up so hard because he's supposed to be guarding these Cobra people along with all these other people. And he's like the guy who's looking at the cameras.
Well, they capture Serpentor.
Oh, Serpentor.
Yeah, Serpentor.
And so Cobra's going to come break him out. And instead of him doing his job, first off, he brings a date.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can't have a date who has a camera in our secret headquarters. And then the second thing he does is so his date runs away, but his date is actually somebody else. Zorana. So she runs away, whatever. Then he's like, oh man, I didn't get laid from her. I'm going to go hit on Jinx. So he abandons his posts to go hit on Jinx, who wants nothing to do with him. And he's like grabby.
Yeah, he is great.
Oh.
That is a lot of grabbing in a G.I. Joe movie.
It's insane. And he's like grabby. And then so he gets, of course, Cobra breaks in. They take Serpentor back. And so now he's in trouble. So he basically gets court-martialed. But his brother Duke.
Well, half-brother.
Half-brother Duke.
Because out of nowhere, he's like, hang on, I'm his half-brother.
Yeah, apparently
don't be mean to him.
We're brothers somehow. And my mom would be mad if you were mean to him. So can you like not? And they're like, okay, I got an idea. We're going to throw him to Sergeant Slaughter. So they toss him out of a plane. And so it's like, I don't know where he is. A mountain? I have no idea.
That's actually a good point. Like,
with his rucksack, Sergeant Slaughter and these other dudes show up.
Yes, because Slaughter's got guys too.
He does. He has like 3 dudes.
He has the Renegade.
The Renegades, and I don't remember which guys those are. They're just guys. They're like, come on, you're going to go back to our little headquarters, but you can't ride our many vehicles. So he runs, and by the time he gets there, there's just a pile of rib bones on the table because they just finished.
They just had ribs for breakfast.
He has ribs for breakfast, and then they make him do kitchen duty. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And then the rest of it is, and the rest of his arc is like, his redemption is like, he trains with them. He's doing pretty good. And then they have to like, his team is tasked with breaking into the Terror Dome, the Cobra Terror Dome, to get some community. I forgot what they're doing.
I forgot what they're doing too.
I forget exactly what it was, but it's just to kind of get so they can get intel, I think.
Yeah,
and they do that
because there's a bunch of Joes that were captured in the beginning that are being held in Cobra-La,
including Snake Eyes, who jobs hard. Let me just say this: Snake Eyes, your most popular G.I. Joe.
Dude, he's barely in this movie.
He's big. He gets grabbed in the beginning, and you don't see him for the rest of it. You're making,
and then when you do, he like gets swallowed up by the plants.
So I wonder what I know it was obviously.
Was he the most popular at the time?
I think he was. You know what? I think he might have been the most popular toy. He was definitely the most popular toy.
Okay,
from the get go.
Sure.
And in the comics, he's got a lot. There's a lot more Snake Eyes lore that is generated. I mean, obviously they made a Snake Eyes movie, if you remember that.
I do not remember that.
It was like in like the 20, I forgot what it was. It was pretty recent, where it was just
really
G.I. Joe Origin Snake Eyes.
Was it animated?
No, it was an actual movie.
No, it was not.
You can go in the theater and see it. I'm not kidding.
No, it was not. I remember the G.I. Joe movie, but didn't that have like Channing Tatum in it or something?
Well, right. There's those, and then there was
That's
the second
one.
one.
I remember.
There's the second one with The Rock in it. That was Retaliation.
Okay, I remember that.
The Rock played Roadblock.
Okay, yep.
But then after that, at some point, they had G.I. Joe Origins, and it was a
that I have
ninja movie.
No, who was in it? No one.
I couldn't tell. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't really tell you.
I was going to say I literally have no recollection of this whatsoever.
Not many people talk about it, but actually, you know what it is. You know how you bought me that one action figure?
Which one action figure? That one, I bought you something for Christmas.
Night Creeper?
Yeah.
That's from that movie.
Oh, could you stream this movie?
I don't know. It's a good question. I haven't. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I have to find it. But it's crazy that movie exists.
Yeah, it is.
But the fact that you had actual G.I. Joe the movie and Snake Eyes is not fucking going wild. Like, they're not just like, let's get Snake Eyes out there, the silent ninja that has a wolf
who's
as
cool.
a friend and is cool as fuck.
Wait, does Snake Eyes have a wolf, or was it the other guy with the like military
Snake
police
Eyes does
guy?
have a wolf called Timber, but it was a with
so
him.
It's a different wolf.
Yeah, there's multiple G.I. Joes that have multiple pets.
Yes, because we were introduced to Order.
right. There's Law and Order.
Yeah.
Law
is like a military police guy because he's wearing the MP hat. And he has a cute wolf friend.
Yes.
And that guy, he was pretty cute. And he fetches explosives.
He grabs bombs.
He grabs bombs. He's very cute. He's a giant wolf. I did not know that there were multiple wolves.
Well, the action figure, it's a German Shepherd, but in the cartoon, it's like this giant, like, dire wolf.
It's literally what it is. It's like, it might as well be like a fucking tiger. Like, it's so big.
Yeah.
So then, like, there's a bunch of Joes in Cobra-La. Also, Cobra Commander is being held because they're mad at him.
Well, they're mad at him for being such a fuck up.
Yeah, because he sucks.
He sucks, which he does.
He totally does.
Because it's totally justified.
And his whole team throws him under the bus in front of Serpentor. And then everybody throws him under the bus in front of
I kind of wish it was like that today in some ways.
God, I wish.
Can you imagine that? Actually, I would like the same fate to happen.
Yes. It'd be great. You know what I did realize watching this movie was in order for your evil organization to succeed, you have to have a sweet uniform. You can't have dudes just buying shit off Amazon. You have to have sweet uniforms. Cobras have sweet uniforms.
Yeah, I've always liked the way that the Crimson Guards look, and
they look cool.
The Vipers. The Vipers, this is pretty slick.
See, this is the problem. If you don't have them, you're just not going to succeed.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you.
So they deem him shitty, so they give him more of that spore, and he turns into a snake.
For some reason, his clothes also like disintegrate, so it's just like snake abs, which is like really upsetting.
Because he's mostly like a snake body.
But he's got like he gets like abs.
Yeah. He gets real ripped. Mm-hmm. He has the head of a snake with multiple eyes. And weird teeth. Like a lot of weird teeth. Like he's got the teeth are kind of like jutted out in a way that kind of looks like Rami Malek and Freddie Mercury.
Yes, absolutely. That they're fucking fake. Like, yes. They're gonna, I don't know, throw him into the prison where the G.I. Joes are. And they're like, okay, as soon as they open this really disgusting prison that's like made of, I don't know, whatever bones, but also the way to open it is use a bug, like a literal bug.
They stick a bug into a key saw, like a giant, like,
and its legs are moving. It's like a fucking dung beetle, and they use it like a key. It is the most. I was so upset.
What's worse than that? That or the red carpet made of?
No, red carpet's so much worse. Red carpet's made of ticks.
Red carpet's made of millions of red ticks, just so Serpentor can walk maybe like 50 feet.
And it doesn't make any sense either, because I'm like, I understand that they're like an organic based society, but like, can't it just be cotton? That's organic. Like, can't it just be cloth? It has to be literal ticks that fall out of like a car and form a carpet, and then he steps on them. It was so disgusting. That whole thing was so gross.
Yeah.
So then like Cobra Commander's like, I will help you escape. So everybody else gets like captured except for Roadblock.
Yeah. And there's the whole thing where Roadblock is blinded and they have this whole relationship.
They're being friends.
They're being frenemies.
Yeah. People, let me tell you about my best friend, like that.
He's got a bunch of eyes and he says
these weird fucking teeth too.
And he's got some teeth and he's gross.
I just think about every single time I see those teeth. I just think that there's this comedian, Josh Johnson, who's very funny. He writes for The Daily Show. He's hosted it. And he does like insane comedy specials on YouTube every week. He's so good. And he's like young as shit. So, but anyway, he was talking, and I can't remember who he was talking about, but somebody in the administration. And he's like, and he's standing there with his big teeth.
Yeah, that's right. Are you talking about that Powell guy?
Yeah, but Jerome Powell was the other guy. It was Jerome Powell didn't have the big teeth. It was whoever was standing next to him. And he's I don't remember his name. He's like, and he's standing there with his big teeth, just saying yes. Big teeth. And that's exactly what I thought of when I saw Cobra Commander and his teeth.
Oh boy. Yeah, but he so whenever eventually the Joes find their way back, Falcon gets redeemed somehow. Oh, and also,
because Duke eats shit real hard.
Okay, so real quick, and we alluded to this last week, and Duke. It's like the G.I. Joe. He's the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, all-American hero who grabs the flag at the beginning of the movie. There's like an X-Men scene where they're fighting at the fucking Statue of Liberty, and he like grabs a flag and like sticks it on top of the statue, and it's like G.I. Joe. Yeah, Duke has always kind of been because Hawk. They kind of tried to make Hawk like his replacement. And around that time, like Hawk was kind of like in that spot. But from like the beginning, so because originally they had leader, like a leaderish person in the first series, but then in the second run of the toys, Duke was like the guy, and he was the guy in the cartoon. So anytime you're thinking like, who's the leader of G.I. Joe?
It's Duke.
Well, it's Duke.
Yeah.
So they come to grab the BET, and they're fighting, and Duke gets speared. Like,
oh yeah, with one of those little snakes.
He was like skewered
with a snake.
With one of the Serpentor snake things, and he's done. He is done.
He dies,
and he goes up to. Falcon runs up to him and he's like, "Hey man, you could be okay." And he's like, "No, yo, Joe."
Yeah, and what's his girlfriend's name? Scarlet comes over and she's like, "No, he's dying." And of course, the last thing he says is "Yo, Joe," not like "I love you, Scarlet. So glad we were together." Nothing. Yo,
get out of here! I'm talking to my brother.
No, he's just talking to the team because he's like surrounded by like 18 people.
Somebody in the back, there's like gung ho in the back is like, "Hey man, I didn't hear that. Can you get it? Can you say that again?"
So he dies, but then you hear just like sort of disembodied voice. I think it's Scarlet being like, he went into a coma, which you were telling me that the reason that this happened is because the Transformers movie came out before this.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how much earlier.
It was like a year before.
Yeah. And of course, in the Transformers animated movie, which we know, Optimus Prime dies, turns gray, and traumatized a whole generation of children.
Sure did.
And so apparently Duke was also supposed to die, and they were like, "Oh no, we have to change it because all the children will be angry." Mm-hmm. Because both of them will be dead.
But the thing is, like, Duke is dead as fuck.
Oh, he gets fucking like dead. And there's like it goes through his heart, and even Serpentor tells him he got stabbed in the heart by a fucking cobra spike.
Like
I don't even know what it is.
A snake that I turned into a skewer. And now he went into your, he fucking ate your aorta.
Yeah.
And he's dead as fuck. And then so he was like, "No, he's in a coma." And then he ends up at the very end of the movie, your Doc, who's like the G.I. Joe doctor or whatever. It's just like, "Hey, just heard Duke came out of his coma. All right, everybody." And everybody's like, "Yay, yo, Joe." And I'm like, nope.
And like it even ends with like Falcon and what's her face, Jinx, standing there watching like the last of the spores burn up in the atmosphere and like come down like glitter, and Falcon's eyes like well up. He's like, "Thanks, big brother." And it's like he's obviously dead. Like he was supposed to be dead, and they just like threw in some like ADR rando lines off
screen. Big no, he's alive. He's okay. He's upgraded to alive. It's okay.
No, you know what that is? That's do you remember
alive.
Do you remember that Patton Oswalt bit where it was like, well, we can't change anything even though you're going to punch up this script.
Yeah, right.
So just have someone off screen yell, "I just slipped on some pudding and fell on my bottom," or whatever the fuck that is.
Wait, so they wanted people to be some adults to yell off screen when they're watching that movie, just be like, "He's okay."
That's literally what it was. That's literally what happened.
He's having ice cream.
Don't worry about Duke.
Duke is fine.
Man.
Because it could be funny if they released that in theaters without those lines, but then they put it on TV and they had to add those in later.
Oh my God.
I think it was just all through. It's always been like that. But it'd be funny because it did get like a limited theatrical run. I didn't see it in the theater.
Sure.
But it'd be funny if that was the case and they had to do that where there's like, "He's fine.
Don't worry, kids.
I just saw him. He was having a steak.
Don't worry. He's eating those ribs with Sergeant Slaughter and his friends.
He's having a rib breakfast. In heaven." Lord. No, sir.
It was something.
There's a lot. I mean, we can keep talking about this movie because there's a lot of
like forever.
A lot of random ass. I mean, just more about how gross this movie is. Just a lot of like
disgusting.
A lot of holes opening up very grossly.
So many holes and everything looks wet. They always draw like every time a mouth opens, there's like those like saliva.
Yeah.
It's so gross. Everything looks wet.
Yo, Joe!
Come in, Aaron Moss, codename Head. I have an important mission for you, son. I need you to podcast about G.I. Joe, a real American hero, the comic book series previously published for Marvel Comics, currently being put out by IDW.
Which issues, General Hawk?
Issues? Well, son, you're going to cover the entire run, plus the yearbooks, special missions, order battle, everything, along with the cartoon.
Wowzer, sir. That's a mighty large mission.
That's why I'm assigning you several other Joes as they're available to help.
And how do I report my findings?
Monthly at our main site, gijoe.headspeaks.com, on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. Submit your report under G.I. Joe, a real American Headcast.
Anything else, sir?
You can get further information on the social medias, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, all under G.I. Joe, a real American Headcast. Dismiss, soldier.
Yes, sir. Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
But speaking of G.I. Joe, what are we reading this week?
Well, let us continue G.I. Joe and our Energon Universe coverage.
Nice.
With Cobra Commander #2 from, I believe this is February.
I think so. I think the other one was January.
2024. Yeah. I don't know if the schedule is like monthly, because sometimes with Image Comics, they just kind of randomly come out because it's, it's an artist thing. Yeah. So Cobra Commander #2.
Can we talk about how cool this fucking cover is?
So Josh Williamson, writer, Andrea Milana, artist, Annalisa Leone, Carlos, very, very Italian. Beats the balls. Is this a Giallo film?
But these are the same people who worked on last book, obviously.
Yeah, and also the cover. I think this one is from Ricardo Lopez Ortiz, and this cover.
This cover's fucking sweet.
And we talked about it last episode. We talked to cover this. It's Buzzer of the Dreadnoks using a chainsaw to attempt to cut through Cobra Commander's mask.
And while Cobra Commander is pointing a gun at his forehead. A real cool, very sweet cover. Because as we know, that's at the end of the last book, we saw like the Dreadnok hideout place. So we knew that they were coming. So we start off this one with the Dreadnoks
torturing
dudes horribly. There's a lot of blood.
Yeah, it's like a Hostel movie.
It is like a Hostel movie.
What do these dudes look like? Abraham Lincoln.
This is Saw, kind of.
Because he got that beard, like, is this the chin strap thing?
So they're like, hey, you need to tell us like where you were going to meet your buyer, because I guess they were buying guns or something, is my understanding. Yeah. And the guy's like, well, I'm not going to tell you. And he's like, well, we hoped it wouldn't come to this, but, and so he picks up a chainsaw and like just cuts a dude in half. So much blood. Yeah. All the blood. It's amazing.
G.I. Joe likes getting wet.
And honestly, like you said, this book goes fucking hard.
This is series. Like, and I'm
kind of liking it. I'm like, sweet.
I want to read more of this current G.I. Joe stuff, because I'm going to read through this Cobra Commander one. But I'm wondering if like the other G.I. Joe books, like Destro and Duke,
they probably go this hard.
Are we we got gut? Do we have like, are we slipping on guts? Like, what are we doing?
Hope so.
Like, what's the deal?
I certainly hope so. Because here's the thing. This is why like all this like gore, blood, guts sort of stuff. This is what I want out of like a more mature comic book.
Yeah.
Which is what like kind of drove me nuts about trying to read some of those Black Label series, because they're just a Black Label, but nothing really
earns it.
Yeah, nothing really earns it. I'm like, oh, so, you have to freak out because somebody drew Bruce's dick, but you're put it in a Black Label. It should show stuff like that. You're swearing.
You're not even showing the whole dick.
And not only that, but your swearing shouldn't be like bleeped out either. And it is. And I'm like, this is a Black Label. It is for adults. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
So anyway,
mature readers.
And this book is like, I'll give you fucking mature readers. Here's some blood. No swearing, but a guy getting cut in half with a chainsaw, which is cool. And then the other guy's like, I'll tell you everything I know.
You mentioned something about a buyer. The buyer's he's just some big dude with a flat top. I'm not exactly sure who he's referring to.
Oh, I don't know.
So that's something I was trying to figure out.
Maybe that's in another book.
It probably is. It's probably like the Destro book or something. Because eventually the Dreadnoks have like a tie-in with Destro as selling weapons and shit.
Sure.
But they take this guy because he's like, because they're like, hey, yeah, well, Dreadnoks are like, yeah, we're gonna give you a ride home or whatever. And then they end up like tying this guy to like what's known as the Thunder Machine, an actual toy.
Yeah, well, because he was like, they go outside of this little murder cabin that they have, and he's like, hey, I thought you said you'd let me go, and they said, no, we said we'd take you home, and they drag him behind the thing, which is horribly brutal and pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Then we are at a fair, an alligator show.
We're in some sort of alligator thing where they got the fan boats.
Yeah, it's almost, but it's like a kind of like a tourist attraction.
Cobra Commander's there with his bodyguard.
Yeah, that guy we met at the end of the book last
week, who we don't really get to. We're not going to get to it because we're only doing this in the other one.
Yeah,
these two issues. The guy that he's with is Nemesis Enforcer.
Yeah,
who we saw in the G.I. Joe movie. Mm-hmm. Who is just a big dude with wings.
He looks like Angel from the X-Men.
Right.
Archangel.
Archangel.
Yeah,
He's got
Wendy's
definitely some
Archangel.
vibes.
Yeah.
Actually, his costume is like even his face.
Yeah, he looks a lot. That's exactly who I thought of the second I saw him last
That's
night.
interesting. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, but that's who he looks like.
But he's in a human disguise.
Yes.
Which I didn't know that was a thing he does because later on
I think he gets kind of transformed because he gets a face hugger thrown at him, which that was also in that fucking movie. We have random face hugger.
Yeah. Well,
we'll talk about that.
But anyway, so Nemesis Enforcer is there with them, and Cobra Commander doesn't want him there. Nemesis Enforcer is like, I was told to watch you and make sure that you
do what you're supposed to do.
Do what you're supposed to do.
And he's like, how about you go fuck yourself? But what Cobra Commander's doing is he is following some sort of tracking to find Energon.
Right. So he has to go through this attraction, this
because the signal is like coming closer to this thing.
But it's funny because you see all these like tourists.
The shit-eating kid.
You got this kid who's just given a raspberry.
Oh,
he's going.
And Cobra Commander literally does like the Darth Vader.
He force chokes this kid.
Yeah. I was like, can he do that? Or is he trying to grab him? And Nemesis Enforcer's like, don't kill the child. Because I was like, which one is he doing? Because literally the way it's drawn, it looks like he's force choking him.
Right. So they find their way through like a restricted area. This is actually where we get this flashback for Nemesis Enforcer, where we see Pythona, who we met last issue, is like, hey, so we need, it's kind of like the scene in RoboCop where like he's in the generating case or whatever, and everybody's like talking to him and stuff.
And they're like, we need you to do something for us.
We need you to do this, but we need some changes. So she puts like the face hugger on with all these fucking teeth. It's really fucking gross.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. And I don't know how that changed. Like, I don't know if it was like a thing where it ate his face to make it look like a real thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're hacking the organic body. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. You know what? I don't want to know. No, it's disgusting. I already know. They walk on bugs. They use bugs as keys. I can't tell you how upset I was. They use horrified. The first time you see that movie, you see what could be alluded to. Is like, oh man, Cobra Commander. Or somebody in Cobra-La, it's like, man, I want to get out of Cobra-La. I'm a plumber. I need to go somewhere else. Yeah. I need to take the bus out of here. They don't have buses. They have transports. No. That thing, okay. Whatever the bus, the Cobra-La bus, the flying bus. It looks like an egg sack. Like how ants have eggs, those like weird, gross, long segmenty things. That's exactly what it looked like, but a bunch of people get to ride in it. And it has like a little fin on the top, and then all the ticks come up to it. The guy comes out. Oh my god, I was disgusted. So we go back to with Cobra Commander, Nemesis Enforcer, and they're in this forest, and this is where Cobra Commander's like, he's like, all right, I know where I'm following this towards the Energon. I don't want you to come with me. And he's like, but I'm supposed to. And he's like, fuck off. But then they end up by the murder cabin. Well, not quite there yet. As they're arguing, a park ranger shows up. Oh, that's right. Oh, I don't know how I forgot this awesome part. So a park ranger shows up. He's like, hey, man, you're not supposed to actually like be here. This is a restricted area. And Cobra Commander just kind of looks at Nemesis Enforcer. He's like, well, you're my protector. Protect me. Because, Cobra Commander, kind of a coward, which we also saw in the movie. So this is so cool. Nemesis Enforcer walks up to the park ranger, grabs both of this man's arms, headbutts this man so hard that his head collapses while ripping his arms off of his body. And it is awesome. That is so hardcore. It's really, really, really fucked up. And I'm like, this book is awesome. They're doing this because you want to introduce G.I. Joe in a way that it doesn't feel like it's the 80s bullshit. Yeah, that maybe kids like, today. No, it wasn't bullshit, but kids today. Yeah, but it's always it was a kids right. It was a kids show, so everybody got better. Yeah, we were selling toys, not trying to turn people's heads into mulch. Yeah, but turning people's heads into mulch, thumbs up. Yeah, in my life, that was fun. I always imagine when if I'm playing like a wrestling game or if I'm like watching wrestling. And Andre the Giant's there, and he's headbutting dudes. Yeah, I always imagine that he's going to headbutt somebody so hard that their head explodes. I mean, that's basically what happens here. And that's basically what happens here. And he rips his arms off, so it's like so cool. 3 limbs gone, 3 extremities gone. And it's just
bloody and gross, and it's fun. So that guy's dead now.
But in the meantime, during there, Cobra Commander runs off, and he's like, great, I can finally.
He's like, I
find
am
where we're going
free,
to."
haha. And that's when he runs into the murder cabin.
Uh-huh.
And as he's standing at the murder cabin, the Dreadnoks come back because they dragged that dude to death and also went and bought donuts.
Right. So yeah, because Cobra Commander gets the energy readings there, and he's like, well, it's close to here, but it's not here, so I got to figure it out. And he goes, and they're back, and they have donuts, because I pointed out to Jen that in the cartoons and in the comics and in the actual, even on the file cards, it's mentioned that the Dreadnoks love donuts and
grape soda, which I did not know this was a thing.
It is, because on the one guy, there's the G.I. Joe, there's the Dreadnok skiff driver known as Zanzibar. So he's basically the Dreadnok pirate.
Okay.
And he is known as.
Wait, he's not the guy with the bird?
No.
Okay.
No, he's not in the.
Just checking.
He's not in the cartoon at all. He was just as a guy. Apparently, he's like one of the meanest guys, to the point that he eats the last donut and drinks all the grape soda.
Oh no!
So instead of being generous amongst his Dreadnok brothers, he just is like.
He's like, fuck you! I'm eating all the donuts.
Years ago, there was this guy. When I was living in Buffalo and was growing up or whatever. There was a guy that lived across the street. It was an old guy. It was an old couple, and this house was dilapidated or whatever. And they had like a VW Bug just sitting there covered in, it was quite the sight.
Sure.
But this guy, didn't know much about him. If anything, he was similar to the guy that lived next to our apartment complex in LA.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So imagine that kind of fellow.
Yep. I got you. And just as like an explanation, we lived in LA. There was a house next to our apartment complex that obviously had been there forever. It was like a holdout because it was our apartment complex, this house, and then like a fucking factory or some shit.
Yeah, right.
Storage unit. I don't even know what it was. There were a lot of trucks and things. And it was just like falling down around this man's head. So anyway.
He had a lot of cats too.
A lot of cats that used to sit on top of roofs.
Yeah. I don't think this guy had any pets, but one day, we find out he died, right? Because he was old or whatever. And something came up. I don't know if my mom or dad heard about it. It says like, yeah, that guy went to like the I guess like the fire, wherever it was, like I think it was the firehouse or whatever. They would have like things for seniors or whatever.
Sure.
And it's like, yeah, that guy, he just showed up, ate a dozen donuts, and then the next day he died.
It was the donuts' fault.
I don't know. That guy must have knew something. He's like, you know what? Let's go hard.
I mean, when you were that old,
a dozen donuts. I don't know if it was just a sitting, like he just sat there and just people just watched him.
He could have. He absolutely could have. And you know what? When you're that old, what the fuck's the point? Like, that's the thing. When it's like people are like 84 and they're like, oh, don't eat that salt. It's going to kill you. I'm like, you're 84. Eat the fucking salt. What are you hanging around for?
I'm
gonna get heroin. Like,
I'm gonna get heroin and I'm going to midsummer myself. Fuck you.
What else am I doing? I mean, like, I don't want to hang out.
So anyways, they got the donuts or whatever. And they're like, hey, what's up, buddy? What are you doing, Cobra Commander? And he's like, he starts shooting at them, Cobra Commander.
And so they drop the donuts, which is very upsetting.
It's a donut tragedy.
It is a donut tragedy.
and so this is
much like your neighbor.
Donut tragedies. That sounds a good podcast. We could just start doing the great donut tragedies of the 20th century.
So we got one.
We got one. It's a one episode.
Someone else find me a donut tragedy.
Write in. Actually, you know what? If you're worstlecture@gmail.com, please write in and tell us your donut tragedy.
You got one? I want to hear about it.
That's right. But yeah, the Dreadnoks, which we have Ripper and Buzzer. So you want to know something interesting about Buzzer?
Besides the chainsaw thing?
Yes.
Yes.
So Buzzer is a Dreadnok because he used to be an Oxford professor of some sort.
Okay. He
was researching biker gangs and got so deep.
Dude, that happens.
That he just became a guy, and here he is.
Nice.
And they actually kind of allude to that. Unfortunately, we don't get to see in this issue his face getting hacked.
Yeah.
But it happens in the next issue, and it's because they're trying to like information out of him. Mm-hmm. And Cobra Commander, is trying to manipulate him. He's like, yeah, well, Buzzer over here, he's not even real Dreadnok. He's just some motherfucker.
He went hard.
But he went hard. I mean, dude, he gave up his good life as a professor.
Yes.
An Oxford professor.
That is, oh man, what was that guy's name? Sorry. Go ahead. I'm thinking. Go ahead.
So we have this fight here. Cobra Commander throws one of those bombs from last time that the doctor didn't know how to throw.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
scientist or whatever. So they blow up the thunder machine.
Yeah.
Meantime, he gets away. Showing up is Zarana.
Yeah.
Zarana. So we met her in the G.I. Joe movie. She is Zartan's sister, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Apparently, this is some part of the swamp. Even though they have a shack here,
Yeah,
they're
like
not supposed to be here because it's extra creepy or extra messed up."
Yeah, something. Don't go into the swamp, which is actually really good advice just in general.
Yeah.
Never go into the swamp. So they like run off with her because she's on her cool motorcycle.
Cobra Commander's run off into that part where he's not supposed to go.
They're like, well, fuck that guy. He's going to die now. Because he's still hunting for the Energon. So he gets to like a swampy lake area.
Yeah, because the readings are right where he's supposed to be.
And he's like, it must be here. And does he fall in?
He falls into this deep area of the swamp, and we just see these gators, but they're mutated gators, I think, because of the Energon.
Oh, yeah, because they do have like really
glowy eyes,
tail,
and they have
stuff.
Weird tail, like these tails. So they're kind of swimming like these fish.
I'm assuming the glow from the bottom of this panel is the Energon.
Yeah. I think that's where the source is from.
Because the way they draw this, and it's a very cool drawing, it honestly looks like he fell through ice. I realize he did not, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, he threw through some ground or whatever, and now he's stuck here, and this is where we end.
That's where we end.
And and we also get like a letters page here with people just being like, "Yeah, this fucking rocks."
More bloody killing in these books, please.
Yeah, well, it's going to gets even better next issue.
Nice,
because
they capture him.
They've captured him, and this cover for the next issue actually is really great for multiple reasons. Because we see Cobra Commander tied up, and Zarana is behind him, holding up her weapon, which is actually an accurate weapon from the toy, because she came with like a rifle that had like a spinning blade on it.
Oh, nice.
Attached to the bottom. So, but it looks like kind of like a pizza cutter.
I mean, I'm assuming that when they're not eating donuts, they're eating pizza. So they need to have some sort of utensil.
They eat the worst.
Yeah, they should all be dead.
They should all be fat and dead.
They definitely shouldn't be as ripped as they all are.
No, they're all fucking jacked.
Of course they are. It's G.I. Joe.
Actually, it's great because you not only do we have Zarana with her weapon, you have a giant saw. Like it's like a sword, but it's also a saw. You have a hose. Then you have like a collar that has inward spikes on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the?
If this comic book existed in the Saw universe, it would be Jigsaw's favorite comic book.
I think we should, you know what? Let's get the race to Saw. Let's put them together.
Oh, 100%. And the Transformers.
If you want to put Saw, Transformers, and G.I. Joe together in this whatever reboot of Saw that we're doing, because the original guys from Saw have like the rights to do it again.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah. So they're, and so we kind of.
Does Spiral count or no?
Well, Spiral is like its own. It's like a side story.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if it's counts or not.
It does, but it doesn't.
I never saw Spiral.
Yeah, I mean,
I honestly don't care.
I've actually really been enjoying over the summer Dead Meat, the YouTube channel. They have a podcast. And every episode this summer has been them talking about all the Saw movies, because they have one of their producer has never seen any of them.
Oh shit, really?
And so they're like, hey, we're going to watch these together, and then we're just going to talk about each of these.
Nice.
They're already up to Jigsaw, so I think Spiral's next.
Must be.
Because it's that, and then it's Saw X.
Okay.
Which is kind of a movie that feels like it's a fitting end to that part. But if you want to mix that stuff in and, find ways to get those Dreadnoks in and have them be the Jigsaw guys.
Yeah.
And then, but also the G.I. Joes and maybe fucking
we got
Duke
ideas.
And Falcon and everything. They got to fight. They got to call
us. We got ideas.
Let's put it all together. But then also, but then Billy the puppet's also a transformer. Oh no! But the traps are all transformers.
But they also could be creepy, gross, wet, organic things.
Oh yes, it is. Oh,
it's
ew.
Fucking Jigsaw just moves into Cobra-La, and that.
Oh god,
that's it.
Oh, gross!
It's so disgusting. And it's just like Transformers like melded with all that gross organic bullshit in Cobra-La. And everyone looks like that creepy figure.
Yes.
That has like the snake body. The Globulus. Yeah, Globulus.
Oh man, Tobin Bell as Globulus.
Oh god, Tobin, he's still dead. He's
still alive. I mean,
I thought he was dead.
Well, they had to
I know his character's dead, but I thought Tobin Bell was dead.
No, he's still with us. I think it's funny.
Okay,
that
good. I'm glad.
In Saw X, like they have to it's a earlier in the timeline.
Uh-huh.
So they have to
that's right. They give him all that like weird makeup.
And even that, but he's still old, but they just give him like a backwards baseball cap. Like he's just, like he's a kid.
Hello, fellow kids. That's exactly what it is.
It's nuts. I think that this year I might try to watch all the Saws.
Okay.
I might go franchise town.
Oof. All right.
Because I've never seen all the Saws.
I've never seen them all either.
I've seen a few of them.
I saw one in the theater.
See, I've never seen any of them in the theater.
I think it was 3.
Okay.
Because I was in London and my friend and I were just like, she was like, I really want to see Saw. And we were just like, okay. So we ended up in some fucking movie theater, like really close to wherever the fuck they were having the Harry Potter premiere. It was very strange. Anyway.
Hey, we're just going to this one.
Yeah. I got to see Alan Rickman from a distance.
Alan Rickman wanted to go see Saw, probably.
He probably did. He was probably like, I don't want to watch this.
I don't want to see this movie.
So what I was thinking when you were telling me about the guy who was an Oxford professor.
Okay.
So there is this documentary on Netflix about something called the Voyeur Hotel, or Voyeur Motel, excuse me, where this journalist, I think he's dead at this point, must be, named Gay Talese, and he's been a journalist forever, wrote this book about a guy who says he owned a motel, and what he would do in that motel is climb around in the vents and spy on people. And this hotel was in Aurora, which is right down the street.
Oh, here?
Yeah. So
what does that do with Dreadnoks?
Well, hold on.
Oh.
So Gay Talese is this guy who now they're saying like, well, maybe this didn't happen, whatever, but this is one of the books he wrote at the end of his career. He got famous because he was like, I want to see as a journalist what things are like in a cult. Okay. So he went and he hung out with the cult so much that he like got into it. And he was like fucking people, and like he writes about it in his book, even though he was married at the time. And he was like on late night TV shows or whatever. I mean, he was like, well, I had to do it because people wanted to know the truth. So I kind of imagine that guy as like the Dreadnok.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what that had to do with it. Whether or not there was actually a weird voyeur hotel or motel or not in Aurora, Colorado, I can't tell you.
But that's going to do it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. Find us on our socials. Find us on YouTube at Worst Collection Ever. You can just pop that into the search bar and you'll see our podcast. And you can find also a link to the updating current playlist of episodes in the description for this episode. And you can also email us at worstcollectionever@gmail.com. Again, donut tragedies are welcome.
Oh, yeah. Love to hear about that.
And rate and review the podcast anywhere you get it. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get to see it. Spotify does have an option for comments, so if you're a Spotify user, leave a comment. Like to see what happens. Be curious to see what that looks like. So.
Interesting. I didn't know that was the thing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But anyways, folks, thanks for listening. Talk to you again next time.
Bye.